2.0 is here to be Citizen. You know, same goes for it. And I think the minute, as I said earlier, I'm leaning towards a little bit of concern for where he was going with it. He adjusted so he could keep himself safe in behind the desk. So yeah, interesting stuff from him there. We're going to see the opener. Mowgli does pick one up onto Packball, but Sarks, that man, once again, he's there for the trade. He really was the lifeline. Look at that, absolute beauty.
A lot of time with that. Deny away default plant spots if they want to. And if they can run the clock all the way down, that remains to be seen, because I think he's trying to cover 2 spots at once here, but an extra kill will certainly help things. Rexton getting rid of Nath, and this one looks to be an all GK round as Rexton carries on. That is going to be so confusing the day that I have to cast Rex Hun and Rex N in the same game, by the way. I'm not looking forward to it.
I said it quickly in the play day 1, and I thought, am I casting NAL or EML?
Just fall throughout the game if not too careful. Mowgli aware that there's someone looking to maybe challenge here, turns his back and doesn't get shot, but there's 3 of them. Whack-a-mole up on main stairs, in behind the desk, off towards his left, and he is gone.
I really feel for Mowgli then. He knew there was one on stairs, he knew there was one off towards maintenance door, and then it was the completely unexpected third behind the desk that took him down. We're going to have a Savage down on the shield as well. It's looking like a rough start for Secret, but they do start fighting back into it. 3 versus 2 effectively. 2 versus 2 with Rexon on the ground as well. Definitely winnable for Secret from here. Still have Nath on that shield for a little bit of cover. Can play the magnet, take that attention. They do get Rexon back on his feet though, and Hungry manages to find Citizen. You now feel that this one's probably over. Nath 1v3, gonna try and put the diffuser down
towards the last 14. They've still got 2 C4s to play with. But here we go. So this is the thing I was talking about last time around. They'll just Hail Mary it in behind these fence walls to try and get the plant down. What will come from the other side? No C4s yet being tossed, but they've had to pull off for a second. Mowgli going to try again, but no, the vertical is there from Hungry. There is an attempt upstairs for some fires coming from top green, but it's nowhere near enough to prevent the verticals coming alive and bringing down that diffuser.
That's a big problem now because the diffuser's down in no man's land. They've got to get themselves into site, collect the diffuser and change to a different plant angle. Rexon with a double Packball one of his own. A great defense from GK.
He had a plan A, just get the wall open. They took a long time to do that, and that was wide. Yeah, Monty typically does mean a team tends to play that little bit slower, and you've got a lot of stall to come up against. It's not looking too pretty. Sark's hitting another wonderful shot. He's hit a good few this game, Tim, that I've sat there and gone, nice, very
well, I mean,
go on.
We thought that Doom had played well.
Yeah.
But Sarks is coming out and saying, yeah, hold my drink.
Corporate wants you to find the difference between these 2 pictures. They're the same thing. Just picture Sarks and Zoom side by side at this point. They're both having a wonderful game. Rexon as well has been an absolute terror inside of the server against Secret. Really not giving them too much away. There he is again. No, I thought it was him, but it's not. Rexon was on your screen, but Sarks gets another headshot, finds Noah. That's 2 deleted. Looking very comfortable in the round. The only damage that he has taken has been from his own fire. Secret not able to buy around at this point, Tim.
No, and this is the problem. They've been not clear in that desk position. I spoke about it. They've managed to get the kill now, but with only 15 seconds left. Hungry, he's sending in the Shumiker canisters. They've left it. It's too little too late. So I like to see that now that they've got map to clear, they're bringing along that solid snake. Citizen is on the F2. He's going through. He's using that gadget to clear out a bit of space. And what did I say about Mowgli? Comes out with a beautiful double. Picks up into advance and pressure GK downstairs.
What I like is they've kept it simple, Tim. They've gone towards Lion, Dockerby, in towards Snake as well, just to make it...
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Nice stuff, and now we're down to a 3 versus 3. It started good for Secret, and this is the one worry you have with playing such an intel-heavy setup, is the actual execute itself, you start to look a little bit light, and that is where the Monty could come into his own. 2 players, though, on a slither of HP. Citizen and Mowgli, you could whisper at them and they die at this point, Tim, as we're down to the last 10. It's going to become a 2 versus 2 in just a second. A shotgun at the ready, trying to go for the second player, but can't find him. Mowgli's on his backside, hungry to try and save the round. Someone has got a plan. It's got to be Savage. He's going down for it here as well. Hungry Sees one. Citizen off to his left. He don't miss with the...
Risk a bit of a big ask at this point, but 4 versus 4, let's call it. Mowgli going down on the sense really is not helpful. Plant was going down, but there's not enough cover for it. They managed to hit him with the Shimika launcher. Savage grabs the diffuser and takes it away. 45 seconds, so plenty of time for them to be able to have a chance to go again. But the problem is that they're losing bodies. 4 versus 3 confirmed as Ask goes down, but it's all falling apart for Secret. Learn from it the first time. They haven't taken control the second time. Geekay have kept themselves active up there. They've been able to prevent the plant from up there, and this round is pretty much done. There we go. Sarks picks up the final kill.
In that front line.
It's a great recipe for success for Geekay.
Hopefully it's more comfortable for the man, because this
be a little bit of a go sign just to juice everybody up and get them moving in. Need to be careful, of course, because you will take extra damage if you do it through a toxic vape canister. Didn't manage to get the kill there, and that's backed him up a little bit, but Packbull does find one. Hungry another. Citizen dropped. 3 versus 4. Hungry takes a little bit of damage.
Still to go. This can only be a good thing unless it all completely collapses. Mowgli right in the middle of sight here, playing a little bit of a dancing game with Packbull, who's just trying to waste his time for as long as he can. It's a 1-for-1 to either side, but that only benefits the attackers, Tim. And there we go. This is what I mean. Always.
Secret have got to be right 5 times, GK only once, and that's the situation. Good start. Mowgli takes down Ask. As I said, he's the sort of player that can turn this. Just pick random operator and weapon from it and be hungry. I feel like he would probably be the most successful in that situation.
Here he is.
There you go. Great use of the shield again. He's also a phenomenal shield player, by the way.
But Nath has got to get them placed in the perfect spot to stop Hungry. He's looking to go in for a plant here, smoking out. I think he looked for the rotate initially, but missed it out a little bit. They have to know where this default plant is going down there, Tim, and there has to be something coming in to stop him. And sure enough, Mowgli is that guy. Nath, a little bit of a late smoke coming out, though, isn't going to help too much because it kills Mowgli in the process. We're down to a 2v2. Final 10 seconds here. Packbull on the recovery. Needs to have some cover. Going to try and stick it in the alternative corner. Rex knows there's one player on the upstairs by the looks of it. Will they find him in time? Yes, they will. And Secret will hold on and will get themselves the second round. See? They are cooking. Never mind. He's dead.
Quick death.
It's all good. It's all good.
Mowgli managing to get it. If you remember, I said Mowgli is one of those difference maker players. He's got 2 entries in a row now. That's actually all 3 defensive entries going to Secret so far. Citizen with the first and then Mowgli back to back. So good stuff for them. Something to build on. Noah manages to take down Packbull as well.
Which means Citizen has got to hold up here. He needs to get this kill. It's critical. He keeps them at bay.
Secret have played this really well. Super patient, waiting for their opportunities. Sarks, he manages to get the kill that I was asking for, but probably a little bit too little too late. Citizen manages to get the trade. It's all up to Hungry. Cut down. That's going to be the end of that attempt. And this is slipping away from us here, boys. We're letting them back into it.
So it's a better start for GK overall. And all the intel work being done early on. Also making use of the Candelas here. This is going to be a bit more of a G2 style play team where they all try and move in and flood in at once and overwhelm the side of Secret. They found one, but then lost Sarks in the process. Down go the Candelas. Nate responds onto a second with Rexon also falling. Secret for now hold firm.
To the Blackbeard. Hungry needs to do some work here. He could well take a risk. It would be a big risk to try and pick Packbull up, especially now with that one coming out. They are looking for this kill, but they need to be careful not to thirst after it. They've got Citizen on the flank though.
Do they hear him though? I think surely they must know that he's in the next room. Just about gets away. Now they certainly know that he's there and his life is forfeits him, but spins on a diamond, gets Ask, dodges away from the nade as Nath also finds a C4. That is a dream start to the round for Secret once again.
Absolutely what they needed. Citizen really proving his worth in this second half of things. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Nade goes in again just to try and dislodge him. This time it works. Rexon is able to get that kill.
Looking to make a push towards site. Wall being opened up, but the angles just a little bit tight, boys. You've got so much utility. Pack, let's see them fire. Let's see the fire and the smoke come out, but no, not used. But it's still a triple for Rex, and he carries on with how he started in the first half. 9-3 since the rehost. In we go with the diffuser trying to go down here in the final 5 seconds or so. But Hungry is pulled off. Rexon's on his backside. This one's going to be over, Tim. It's going to take all 12 rounds of regulation.
canisters that are just backing up the Monte, forcing Hungry to dip away, just chipping away at that health. And then on top of it all, he's still got that big boy LMG to take the fights with. Noah manages to get Packbull as he steps around the corner onto Mezzanine. 5 versus 3 now, and it feels almost inevitable that we are going to see a bit more of this. I don't think anybody will complain. It's been an unbelievable matchup so far. Mowgli with a double at the end. Secret taking him.
Not a good start for GK.
It's the loss of this army as well. We saw Rexon previously playing that desk position. Look at this. They've walked in. Secret are running over him now. GK have crumbled, and it's going to be another flawless round. This is going to be back-to-back without a single kill for GK. It's all up to Ask in a 1v5, and I'm just not sure he's that guy, Des. He's going to be cut down by Nif, and that is going to be another round. So they know that they're going to be playing into quite a congested area over there. But what it does tell them is there's likely some space out towards Ops. Mowgli manages to find Ask, continues to struggle for the day 2 and 10 since the rehost. Not great for him overall, and really could have done with a little bit more. We see the angle being held. In comes the intel. At least 3 of those defenders have been spotted. Sarks manages to take the kill onto Noah. 4 versus 3 as Mowgli. He finds another. He said he was one of those players that would just flip a game on its head, and he has proved again his ability to do that. Nif taken out. That's some of the denial gone. That could be big for GK.
Right, they know exactly where he is, and they've got to get the kill. Sarks is taking matters into his own hands. But now down to a 2v2 with the shotgun. It's quite powerful enough at range, but it's down to a 1v1. Hungry up against Savage. 1 with a shotgun, 1 with 1 HP. Who the hell comes out on top? It's 10 seconds to go. Savage just trying to tuck himself away. Hungry, no real idea where Savage is, but he wants to try and hunt for the kill. Now going to try and get the diffuser down. I think Hungry's going to have to stick it, but he pulls off, and Savage has played it beautifully.
Playing the Goyo, the Ela to slow them down, the Thorn as well, the Clash. And then they always had smoke somewhere to slow down one part and make sure, Jack, that they were disjointed. It's something that you said, right? They don't attack at the same time. Because when Geekay is attacking, they expect utter chaos. To create chaos, you need multiple pressure points. So you know they're going to be spread around the map. And what does the smoke achieve? The smoke is smoking one area so that the rest of the team can focus on the other. As soon as Mowgli was getting the kill, they just got close to each other and made sure they would never get pinned by multiple pressure points at one time, and always